again. So finally I arrived at school, nothing else to say and to do than wait for the end of the classes. So in the meantime, I will study my own things, because it just happened that I'm learning Japanese just for the fun, because I like the challenge and it keeps my brain occupied. And when I mean by Japanese, I mean reading Japanese, not just speaking Japanese. Speaking Japanese, I don't think it's that difficult, to be honest. Reading in Romaji is not that difficult. The truth is, in Japanese, you have to learn 4 different types of script, which is Romaji, which is the Western alphabet, Hiragana, which is the basic one of Japan, the cursive one, Katakana, which is usually used for all the words which have been borrowed by the Japanese from outside, and finally, of course, the Kanji, or Ansi in China, what people call the Chinese characters. So that's what I'm learning now. Normally, to have a good reading skill, you need minimum 1000, and that's the minimum. But the advice is 2000 to have a good foundation to read nearly anything you want. This being said, even the Japanese themselves still learn their own kanji all through life, because there are kanjis that sometimes they use once in a while. But basically speaking, there are, let's say, 2000 kanjis to know, to be able to read normally. So I'm at 400, something like that, I think. Some are really easy to remember, others are a little bit more complicated, but the idea is to use a story. You make a story up in your mind to remember it. Sometimes it's easy because the character seems funny. What I'm using as a technique to memorize is what they call a memory palace, or lokai, loci, lokai, whatever you want to name it. It is the idea that you use a place that you know well, and you stick things that you want to memorize all along a journey you do in that place. It's a well-known technique known by the Greeks and the Romans, so it's not that new, but it's really pretty damn working. So that's one of the techniques if you want to learn Japanese, especially the characters. Again, as I said, speaking Japanese is not that difficult. It is really the reading part which is difficult, because there is a lot to memorize. Notwithstanding the fact that we have also to memorize the character, and the character has nothing to do with the Roman character, and I will just show you what I mean. That's one of my notebook just here. Wait a minute. I don't think I will. Yes, wait. There you go. See? I don't know if you can see it. See? There, and I have a full notebook of those things. See? There. And of course, just beside it, what I did is put English words, which is funny when you think about that I'm learning Japanese with the English vocabulary when I'm a French-speaking person. So I'm quite a little bit schizophrenic. But seriously speaking, it's really interesting. I really like the challenge. And my challenge is to know 2000 this year. And I began around February, something like that. And as I say, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's complicated, because, well, that's the trick. But I really find that funny. I think people have to really always challenge themselves. Don't wait for a challenge to come, although they come usually, but challenge yourself, especially your brain. So it's a good trick. And also, the idea of memorizing that is also helpful for memorizing other things, because you are training your brain to memorize something completely out of the usual thing. Being a European, a Belgian, of course I know the Roman alphabet like everyone else in the Western world, so it's really easy. You have 26 characters and that's it, and you make every word. In Japan, the minimum is 2000 if you want really to be able to read a normal book. There is more than 10,000 characters, so just to give you an idea of need a good memory there. But that's why the Japanese, the Chinese, they are good at memorizing things, because well, in a sense, since their childhood, they are kind of naturally forced to use their brain easily. So it's really, again, I really advise to make a challenge like that, not necessarily Japanese, but another language altogether, because it helps you think differently. But of course, the harder the challenge, the better the challenge. That's my point of view, of course, not the point of view of everyone. So I will now jump to my daily Japanese kanji session. So I leave you here, and enjoy the day, enjoy your day, and a big hello from Davao City, Philippines, and mabuhay!